Big or small, every town has news. But for some, there's no one to report it. In a town as small as Luther, Oklahoma, someone has to step up. For Luther, that person was Dawn Shelton.
This town needs a newspaper, and I have journalism in my background, so how hard could it be?
Dawn never planned on being the only reporter in town. But for a town without anyone willing to report the news, she was just what they needed.
I'm going to go start a newspaper in this little town, and I will share the information, and they will read it, and everyone will be informed, and then there won't be any more fights.
That idea turned into the Luther Register. And while that may have been an optimistic goal, according to the mayor of Luther, Jenny White, Dawn brings something the town desperately needs.
You get people in town who read the paper, and sometimes other papers pick that paper up, and then you'll get people in town coming to see something, that she wrote about.
Dawn got a degree in broadcast journalism from Oklahoma Christian University after moving to the state from a small town in Michigan. In that small town, she gained appreciation for the necessity of journalism.
I was the high school stringer for our small weekly newspaper in the town where I'm from, and I wrote my little article on my Smith Corona electric typewriter on Sunday nights, and I slipped it under the door on Monday mornings.
In her hometown, she reported on her classmates, but in Luther, she covers her neighbors. Because of this, Dawn has found some difficulty in remaining objective.
I know these people. I don't know everyone here by any stretch, but if I go to a fire or a shooting or another murder scene, I know that if I don't know them, I know someone who knows them.
Being so close to some of these tragic situations can make the job even harder on Dawn, but she believes that the daily interactions with those affected helps her reporting.
I think community journalism is important for that because do you want to hear it from someone in your town who can give you an extra nuance?
Important or not, community journalism isn't always interesting.
A lot of things that we report on is not sexy. I've written about sewers and water rates and bond elections and millage rates and property taxes. And it's boring and it doesn't get clicks, but it's important because it involves our civic education.
But as it stands now, the Register's future is uncertain.
First, we got to figure out if I'm going to survive or keep at it.
She also works at Farmstead Market and Table, a local cafe in downtown Luther. What money she does get from the Register comes completely from those that support what she's doing.
Revenue comes from just folks who value the news, who value that it's not free, value the time spent, and that's beautiful. If I could get everyone to do that, then I wouldn't worry.
The cafe is her primary source of income, and the job can conflict with the Register.
Well, the Register is not getting run very well at this moment. I'm trying.
According to Tammy DeLozier, the owner of a local gift shop, Dawn is driven in her work.
Dawn is a hard worker. Dawn, I think, catches herself coming and going. She works at the restaurant. She works at the new restaurant down at the Oklahoma History Museum. She works, hard on the paper.
But the Register has begun to take its toll on her. At this rate, she's not sure she can continue to operate this way.
There's always the pressure of needing to do something. There's always 5 stories I should be writing, and I don't because I go home and sit down. I mean, I'm just trying to put some balance and levity in my life, or else I could burn out, and possibly am burning out.
Ask anyone in town, and they'll tell you that the Register is essential to Luther.
The Luther Register is a great paper. She's a great editor. She's a great writer. She's just a great person. She's an asset to Luther. And if we lost Dawn, I think we would lose a lot. If we lost Dawn and the Register, I think we'd lose a lot.
Because news is dying, but it's never more important to bring community together.